Hi everybody, welcome back. So day number 9, I was wondering what I'm going to do today when this morning I was having my cup of tea and then out of the corner of my eye I saw Caesar go running past chasing something. I managed to get to it before he did. So this is our topic of the day, a water monitor. Right, so your water monitor, also known as a Nile monitor, but locally we call these guys legavans. Now this is your largest species of lizard in South Africa. These guys can reach up to 2 meters, sometimes even longer. Water monitors are formidable predators for their size. They also scavenge as well. Now if we get a closer look, you see he's got these small little teeth in his mouth. And you can't really see his tongue, but he's got a forked tongue just like a snake. So he uses that to pick up scents when he's looking for would-be prey. Now, these guys are a very big hassle to crocodiles. Female crocodiles hate these guys because they're well known for digging up their nests and eating the crocodile's eggs. If you take a closer look into the mouth, you can see the little sharp little teeth there. He's got lots of them. Now, this guy, although the teeth are small, he eats a lot of carrion, which is rotting material, rotting food and what have you. So he's got lots of bacteria in his mouth. So if he has to bite you, the chances of septicemia are very high. So you don't want to get bitten by this guy. Right, so starting up front with him, you'll see the little slit in the side of the head here. This is with the tympanic membrane covering it. This is his ear opening here. So he can hear ambient sounds, but because of the tympanic membrane, not that well. Moving down, you'll take a look at his formidable claws. Can you see these guys over here? Now, these are used for a number of different things. Obviously, from climbing, digging, and then also even for sometimes dismembering prey items. And then something like myself, a would-be predator, definitely if you get on the wrong side of him, he's going to use these guys over here. Moving further down, you'll see his scales, these very small, beautiful, round sort of scales. And then you can see he's even losing a little bit of skin. So unlike a snake, he doesn't shed in a beautiful uniform. It sloughs. So it'll come off in little bits like this. You'll also see he's got this really long tail. Now, would-be predators would have to watch out for this because he uses this as a whip to slap his predators. Caesar got on the wrong side of it this morning. Now, you'll see the dorsal piece of the tail over here. This is used as a rudder to power him along when he's moving through the water. The back legs aren't used in propulsion at all. It's only the tail that is used as a rudder to move him along. So besides his tail, which we mentioned he uses as a defense mechanism, he's also got, once again, these formidable claws, his mouth to bite with, and then probably the most pungent part is this opening over here, right? This is called a cloaca. Now, all his business comes out that side. And if he's feeling threatened, he will also defecate and urinate at the same time. And it's very, very pungent smelling. So this will also deter would-be predators. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode on South Africa's largest lizard, the water monitor. Now we're going to release this guy, then get back to safety, back to the safety of the bush. Hopefully you'll stay away from Caesar. Moving on from South Africa's largest lizard to one of its smaller species. Right folks, so what I've got here is a juvenile Transvaal gecko. Now he will fall under the genre of common geckos. We get 15 different types of geckos, so to speak, genres, and then there's 111 different species of geckos that are found throughout southern Africa. So quite a lot of them. As I mentioned, this is a juvenile Transvaal gecko. Now, I want to try and get some of his distinguishing features so you guys can see him quite nicely. You'll notice, if we can get his eyes, you'll see his well-developed eyes there. This is because this species is actually nocturnal. Now, as I mentioned, he's a juvenile, so he's very small. Fully grown, he'll reach about 6 centimeters in length. We'll just compare him next to my pinky finger there. You can see he's a very small little guy. So typically these are what you'd call terrestrial or rock living geckos. So you'd find them either in a ground setting or on some rocks. Obviously, with humans being around, they like to use our buildings as well to their advantage. Now, he's got quite a bit of growing to do before he's fully grown, and he will be able to grow by shedding his skin. Now, unlike a snake, he's not going to shed completely in one neat shedding, but you'll see if you look carefully on his toes there, you'll see those dry patches of skin. Now, the skin will flake off in small little areas, and he will actually eat the skin that has flaked off. Also, his tail is very thin, as you can see. Now, typically, your adults will have a lot larger tails because this is an area where they store fat. Also, they practice autonomy. Now, autonomy is the ability to lose a limb and able to save your life. So, if a would-be predator comes and grabs him by the tail, he will shed that tail and be able to get away to safety while the predator is busy with his little tail. Right, so I'm going to be releasing him now. So this will be a nice chance to see his little pads in action. So under his feet, he's got these little pads. They're actually made up of tiny little hairs, which help him to adhere to different surfaces. So we'll see if we can coerce him onto the rock. Oh, my little guy. Oh, there we go. There he goes. In his natural habitat. You see those markings of him help him blend in so well. The rock climber's grip on him there. Your Transvaal gecko. Right, folks, that's all for lizards today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next one. But up until next time, stay safe and wash your hands.